Good morning, Ms. Cassin. You are muted. You are muted.
Oh, yeah, good morning. I was just checking to see if my camera works this time because the other time it didn't work.
Okay.
So I'm just checking. You
Now it's
good?
fine.
You well?
I'm fine yourself?
I'm good, thank you. Okay, I'm
That's
gonna
good.
stop my video now and
Yeah,
but you
that's
can
fine.
you will slide the presentation, right?
My colleague, Mr. Michaels, will do it.
Okay. I thought you,
Yeah.
Michael.
No, I'm Jonathan.
Oh,
Since I'm
but
Jonathan Sinsberg.
who, who did I speak to yesterday? Jeremy.
Mr. Michaels, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I spoke to Jeremy yesterday.
Yes.
Okay. So
Okay.
is this your face that I'm seeing?
Yes, this is my face.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
Recording in progress.
Good morning, colleagues. Let me take this opportunity and welcome you. We do have an agenda, colleagues, before us that has been circulated, and I want to take this opportunity and welcome you back to the work of the NCOP and greet your good selves, the Deputy Chairperson, the Chief Whip of the institution, and as well as the Secretary General and Secretary to the Parliament, and all the staff component that has joined us in this meeting. The next item on the agenda are apologies. If I may ask, are there any apologies tendered? I take it that there aren't any apologies tendered for this meeting. Can we
Chairperson, if I may,
then?
sorry,
Yes, yes,
sorry,
Honourable
Chair, I
Ryder.
did raise my hand. I beg your pardon.
Oh,
It's just the Deputy Chair of the NCOP had a delay with his flight. He will join us shortly, but he did ask that his apologies for late joining be noted. Thank you, Chair.
No, thank you very much. We will note the apology of the Deputy Chair. He will then join us as soon as he gets to back to normal. Apart from that, is there any other apology? It doesn't seem like there are apologies. Can I then put the apology of the Deputy Chair for adoption before the House? Honourable members, can we adopt or we note the apology as tendered?
Honorable Chair, Dlamini here.
Yes, Honourable Dlamini.
Yes, the apology of the Chair, Deputy Chair, it's acknowledged, Chair, and accepted. Thank you.
Good morning, Nonkonyana. I second the motion, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honourable Dlamini. Okay. Honourable members, I'm just going to quickly request that I change my gadget. The one that I'm using, I can't access. I just need to switch in between so that I can see who has raised the hand. It's become a bit difficult for me because I've got this muted as well. At the same time, I must see who's, it works a bit difficult. So in between the presentation, one of the presentation, I might just go out from this gadget and use the other one. The next item on the agenda is the consideration of the agenda itself. Can I put it?
Yeah, I propose adoption of the agenda as it has been presented to us.
Thank you very much, Honourable Ryder. Any seconder?
I second, Chair Dlamini.
Thank you very much. We will then take the minutes of the 24th of July. And I want to take it that, honourable members, we have read through the minutes and They have now been flighted, and we'll just go through page 1 of the minutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 'Thank you very much, colleagues. Can I then put the minutes for adoption?
Honorable Mananiso's hand is up, Chair. Sir?
Honorable Mananiso.
Thank you, Chairperson, and good morning to all members on the platform. I would like to adopt this minute as a true reflection of the meeting, and just to let us of around the local government and as well the changes in terms of that on the Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mananiso. Any seconder? Is there a seconder,
Chair.
Honorable Nkonyana? Yes.
Chair, good morning, Chair and members. I do second the motion.
Thank you very much, honorable members. Then we'll then move to the next item, which is the matters arising.
Thank you very much, Chair, and good morning, honorable members. The implementation schedule has been distributed. On the 24th of July, we had policy debate on budget vote 39, trade, industry, and competition. Then again, on the 29th of July, we had policy debate on budget vote 36, small business development. Then on the 30th of July, we had consideration of the ESCOM debt relief amendment bill, as well as consideration of the appropriation bill. On the 13th to the 14th of August, we had Women's Parliament. Then from the 4th to the 1st of September, we had constituency period. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Advocate. Any comments on the work that the progress report that has just been presented by Advocate? Are there any comments? None. Thank you very much, honorable members. Honorable members, before we take the next item on the agenda, I just want to indicate that we are putting forward, you would recall that before we went on recess, we had a programming meeting where we adopted the program for the third quarter. Now, subsequent to that, we then had the presiding officers meeting to consider the first quarter and the second quarter reports, and of course, plan for the third quarter. You would recall, honorable member, that part of the strategic plan, when we did the strategic plan, emphasis was put that we will be interfacing with the communities. Now, in alignment of our program, the purpose of the presiding officers as well was to look at exactly that, as to whether are we giving credence to what we have agreed to in terms of our strategic plan as the institution. Now, we've agreed that the local government week should incorporate all the stakeholders, the community meetings, and the oversight, so that we can affirm the establishment of our democratic society where power is derived from people and governance is conducted in a transparent and accountable manner. Now, you would remember that in the previous meeting, we agreed that in the first week of just immediately after recess, we will then take the local government week, and which will then be shall be preceded by the provincial week. Having had that meeting and having taken the meeting with the chief whip before we left, we did have a meeting with the chief whip where we discussed the theme of the local government week, and we agreed for further consultation with the whippery and on the theme, and we were happy that it was duly endorsed by the whippery as well as the presiding officers. Now, Honorable Ryder wrote to us requesting that on the first week, we allow that week to be dedicated to committees so that they can do their work. And then I then copied the chief whip, the deputy chair, as well as House Chairperson Ryder. And we all dispensed with his request, and we allowed the committees to proceed with their work. And obviously, honorable members, we could not have had the local government week as per the program, and immediately after that be followed by the provincial week without considering the issues that shall have arisen from the local government week. I must say that the shape in which the local government week is taking, it's different from the way in which it was done previously, where you would have the municipalities, local government, and the sphere of executive talking to each other for 5 days without incorporating the views of the communities and the strategic stakeholders that we are working with into within our communities, so as to fulfill our mandate as the NCOP, because we derive our mandates from the provinces and as well as from our communities. If we sit there and say that we are representing the views of the communities without taking into consideration what is it that they are saying, it becomes a cumbersome exercise, and therefore this interfacing with the communities, it presents an opportunity for us to get a sense as to what is it that communities are saying, so that we can improve their lives. And I thought maybe I must just give that background, that as we do the ratification, we know that we could not have any other time. Hence, we requested that we convene this meeting and we request for a ratification of an amendment of the program so that it is aligned to the work that is before us. And as presiding officers, honourable members, in between the program, we may take some decision that might affect the program. So I thought maybe before we allow the presentation, we do give the background as to why are there changes in the program, because I'm sure you are all equally concerned as to why are there changes and what informs those changes. But we tried our best to make sure that we do liaise with your good self in between that, and keep you abreast of what is going to happen. So I thought maybe I must just make that background information to all members as the the programming whip is going to present the program. Thank you very much, honourable members. I now allow the programming whip to present the program.
Thank you, Chairperson. I see the hand of Honorable Badenhorst. I'm not sure if I should continue or.
Okay, maybe let's allow him to speak. I thought maybe it's a historic hands because it's been up for quite some time. Honorable Badenhorst.
Honourable Chair, thank you very much. My video is off due to the connectivity issues we have in Parliament at the moment. Honourable Chair, thank you very much. I just wanted to ask if there will be an opportunity to engage on what you've just said, and whether this is the opportune moment to do it, or should we wait for the programming whip to continue with her item, and then we'll have a discussion afterwards.
Yes, no, we will have the discussion afterwards. Can we allow her to proceed with the presentation? And immediately after that, if you also want to touch on what I have said, you will do that during that time. Thank you very much.
Just because it was your birthday yesterday, I'll say thank you very much, and I'll do that, Chair. Thank you very much, and happy birthday for yesterday.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Honorable Programming Whip.
Thank you, Chairperson, and good morning to honorable members on the platform, advocate and your team, Chief Whip, the House chairs in this meeting, and happy belated to your good self, Chairperson. I'm going to present a very short third-term parliamentary program, Chairperson, to honorable members, and safe to say that thanks for giving that explanation to honorable members on how did we end up changing the program, because our last meeting we have presented something, the program that is totally different from what I'm going to present here today. Can you go to the week of the 1st to the 5th of September? Thank you. Today is Thursday, the 4th of September. We are having our programming committee meeting that is taking place now at 10 o'clock to 12:30. The party caucuses will meet quarter to 1 until 1:30. The provincial delegates meeting is going to meet, and here, Chair, because we don't have plenary. If members, I think members will have an ample time to even exit the time of 1:30, so that they can deal with their provincial issues if they have such. To the 5th of September, which is tomorrow, is for the joint committees, and the following committees are going to have their meetings on Friday. The Joint Standing Committee on Financial Management of Parliament, their meeting will start at 9 to 1 o'clock. The Joint Standing Committee on Finance, Defense, their meeting will start from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Next page. On Monday, the 8th of September is the constituency day. On Tuesday, which is the 9th of September, the committees will have their meetings from 9 o'clock, from 10 o'clock until 1 o'clock. And then the plenary is at 2. And here we'll be taking questions to cluster 4A, which is economics. And the department is agriculture, land reform, and rural development. On the 9th of September.
Sy het gesê dat daar 'n konsultasie was met al die hoops oor die tema van die Local Government Week. Wanneer was dit gewees? Okay, ek wil net seker maak ek het nie iets gemis nie, want ek gaan nou klap daaroor.
There is someone who's not muted, Chair.
No, we wanted to hear what he's saying. Don't worry, we've heard him. You can proceed. No, you can proceed, Honorable Programming Whip.
No, thank you, Chairperson. I was muted. The 9th of September, on the next page, is the continuation of meetings. And the last meeting is the Joint Standing Committee on Financial Management, which will sit from 6 o'clock in the evening until 9 o'clock. The 10th of September, we are going to have the Multi-Party Women Caucus Steering Committee meeting at 9:30 to 1 o'clock, followed by the committees from 9 o'clock until 5 o'clock in the evening. And then at 2 o'clock, the plenary will meet. And here, Chair, we are indicating that we should consider the tribute to the former Deputy President, David Mabuza, and also oration of condolences on the passing of Honorable Zama Ngobo. And also we'll be considering reports, legislations, debate on Heritage Month. The 10th of September, on the next page, is the continuation of the committees that will meet from 10 to 1 o'clock. On the 11th of September, at 10 o'clock to 12:30, this will meet. The committees will have their meeting from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the evening, and then at 2 o'clock, President will be taking, Deputy President will be taking questions from honorable members at 2 o'clock. On the 12th of September, which is Friday, is meant for the joint committees, and the following committees are going to have their meetings. The Select Committee on Agriculture, the Standing Joint Committee on Financial Management, the Select Committee on Finance, and also the Select Committee on Petition. Their last meeting will end at 5 o'clock in the evening. The week of the 15th to the 19th of September The 15th is constituency period. Constituency day. The 16th of September. This week is that one chair that you have already elaborated more on, and the theme is there on the program, and also we'll be having the committees that will have their meeting in the evening after we are done with the local government week program. And the committees will sit at 6 o'clock in the evening until 8:30. So the constituency week will start from Tuesday until Thursday. And on Thursday, the 18th, we are going to have the program committee meeting at 8:30 to 10 o'clock. And also the multi-party women caucus meeting will start from 9:30 to 1 o'clock. The provincial delegates meetings will meet from 1:45 until 1:30. And we'll continue with the program of the local government week on Thursday. Then the last committee, the Joint Standing Committee on Financial Management, they'll have their meeting later in the evening at 6:30 to 9 o'clock. Friday, the 19th of September, which is my birthday, the Joint Standing Committee on Financial Management of Parliament, they'll have their meeting at 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Then we'll be heading to the constituency period, which will start from the 22nd of September to the 6th of October 2025. And here, Chair, we are indicating the conferences that will take place on the 6th to the 13th of October. And this conference is for the Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference. And also the other one is the Assembly that will start at on the 9th to the 23rd of October 2025. And this is the program, the short third term program that we are presenting to honorable members in the House. Thank you very much, Chair, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Programming Whip. I now afford members an opportunity to engage with what I have presented prior to the Programming Whip. Honorable Ryder, Honorable Mananiso.
I believe that's
Honorable-
Badenhorst, Chair. I know all the white people look the same, but
Honorable Briet. Did you have your hand up, Honorable Ryder?
no, Chair, that's Badenhorst's hand that's up.
Oh, yes. Oh, no, did I say Honorable Ryder? Sorry, Honorable Badenhorst. My apology.
Thank you, Chair. I know that myself and Honourable Ryder share some similarities, but I'm really hoping that I don't look like him. Honourable Chair, thank you very much, and I thank you for the explanation before the programming took us through the program for the third term. Honourable Chair, I just wanted to ask, my concern that I have is I'm getting constant requests from the Western Cape leader of government business and the Western Cape Minister of Local Government's offices, and also the whip of the legislature with regards, and they're asking me as the provincial whip for the Western Cape, with regards to the theme, the program and location of Local Government Week. Because, and I must be honest, Honourable Chair, I listened to your introduction, and you mentioned that the whips were consulted in the theme of Local Government Week. And I'm really sorry, but I have absolutely no recollection of being consulted as a whip in the theme for Local Government Week. And I have, up to date, not received any inkling of what that theme is, what the program will be, and the location, proposed location of the Local Government Week will be for the Western Cape. Or for the city of Cape Town, or wherever we are going to have it in the Western Cape. So I'm just want to ask, Chair, what would the reasons be for the Presidium not taking the whips into confidence with regards to the theme, and maybe allow us, like we agreed when we had some words about the theme of Provincial Week last year, maybe allow the whips to give input with regards to the theme of Local Government Week. So I'm just really concerned, Honourable Chair, that we are less than 2 weeks away from Local Government Week. And I'm not sure if the other whips have been briefed, but I certainly have received no briefing on the theme, the location, and the program for Local Government Week that is planned for a week and a half's time from now. So I'd just like to know what the reasons for that might be. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Badenhorst. Honorable Mananiso.
Thank you, Chairperson. One, let me start by appreciating your background about the local week. And I hope that you would call a special meeting with regards to taking us through the thematic program and the process therefore for local week. And I want to adopt the program as presented for this third quarter, and want to say that there's a need to speed up the theme for the 10th of September so that we can give our provinces to prepare prior to the 10th, because we know that it's just soon that we would need to get who's going to be representing provinces. The other thing is that let's program the provincial week, as it's been a call that there's a need that we do a provincial week for the fourth term. So that's it from my side, adopting the program as presented. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mananiso. Honorable Briet and Honorable Billy.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, I want to support what the Honourable Badenhorst said. I think I do also not. I want to thank you first for your explanation, but I do not know when the whips were consulted, and I really feel that we need to be informed of that. As the whips and as this program committee chairperson, I feel it is of the utmost importance. So I would like to concur with Honourable Badenhorst. I would also, chairperson, like to just say on this forum, I understand that a program is a working document, and I raised this matter yesterday, but I will try and be more eloquent today in saying this, that I really want to beg with this forum or with this committee that when a working document is changed, that we be informed of the changes. Chairperson, it makes it very difficult if we are not informed as whips prior or when a change has occurred on a program to communicate it with our caucuses. Yes, I only have 2 members in my caucus that I have to coordinate, but the bigger caucuses, but even just coordinating us, it gets very difficult if you do not know prior what is happening. For example, with this week, I found out that the program changed when we got the third term program from our committees. And I inquired to the committee staff, but why are we having committees this week? We are supposed to have local government week. And we were informed that no, the program has changed. I then inquired on the WIPS forum multiple times about the program and whether it has changed and whether we can get the updated program. And I was ignored, chairperson. And that was that was really unacceptable. Eventually, after my last inquiry, a few hours later, Advocate Bandela clarified on the NCOP WhatsApp group that we are now having a committee week this week and not the local government week as was stipulated. And I just feel that that could have been better communicated with us then, Chairperson. And I am concluding, I will say this: I'm not seeing on the program that we have plans for a WIPS forum and a program committee to this term to actually discuss the fourth term. And I think it'd be in our best interest to, before we go on constituency again, to actually have a program and to see so that we can plan for the term. It is our last term of this year and we want to get things going. So, Chairperson, that would just be my plea from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Britt. May I take Honorable Billy?
Thank you, Chair. My connection is a bit problematic, so I might be cut off at some point. But I do want to maybe start by, wishing you a belated happy birthday. Greetings to all the colleagues. I'm not going to be long. I did speak at length to the program yesterday to express a concern, which I suspect might have been taken out of context to a certain extent. But I think what we can't afford to do, Chair, which I think you've properly explained when you did your presentation, the circumstances that have led to the changes or to the living document being changed. My only concern is when we've dealt with a program as this committee, and we've circulated that program, and when we are on break, there is a new program. But beyond that, my biggest concern was when I only learned through my province, which I represent on this platform, that the provincial week has been changed to a different date, when this committee was not briefed about those changes. But letters were sent from this council to my province informing them about a date of the provincial local government week. Now, I think we can all agree that perhaps there is a better way of doing that. Me sitting here and representing my province, and my province having to ask me about a letter that has been sent confirming a program, I don't think that is certainly a way that we want to do business of this council. It undermines my position sitting in this platform, but also creates an impression that we are not coordinated in the way that we are doing things. Now, that is the spirit in which I was raising my concerns yesterday. But instead, there was a bit of betting and misunderstanding on at least appreciating that we can do things better. And I wanted to maybe emphasize that point, Chairperson, that when these matters are raised in this way, in these platforms, which there isn't any other platform to raise it, I want to encourage colleagues from all sides that we really, take the concerns in the spirit that will build this council and encourage all of us to work in a way that is going to look professional, that is going to ascertain the dignity of the work that we are doing here, and not seem to be uncoordinated, and not, and looking like we're working in silos. So, Chairperson, in ending, I want to say that there is an ample space for us to do things better, to consult better. As I did say yesterday, I would like to believe that as part of the whippery of this council, we are part of the leadership of the council. And it only makes sense that we are taken into confidence when changes are made, or when there are other developments that are coming up, and that we can be able to ensure that we are doing things better for the next 4 years. That's my contribution, Chair.
No, thank you very much, honorable members. I think we note your concerns that you are raising. Indeed, we didn't want that that gap that we are talking about. Hence, there hasn't been any meeting that we undertook during the recess period. It was done prior to us going to recess period because we needed to consult so that the theme, it stems from a consultation process which was duly undertaken through the chief whip and in consultation with your good selves. And we take it that you did input on that, hence the theme was developed after consultation with the chief whip. Now, today I'm surprised that you don't know anything about that, but there hasn't been any presiding officer sitting there alone taking a decision on their own without extensive consultation. And the chief whip as well would have been there, but unfortunately he apologized due to other commitment. Hence, he was not part of the meeting that we held as presiding officers. The invitation was extended to him, but unfortunately he could not be part. But prior to us doing that, and even the changing of the shape of the local government week was extensively canvassed with the chief whip, so that because of through the whippery or somehow, I don't know how often do you meet. Unfortunately, I never get to be there. Otherwise, if I was there, I could have clarified some of those matters. So it's unfortunate that this has happened, and probably we'll just have to look at how best can we strengthen and firm up the communication as well. Obviously, Honorable Billy, I've got that obligation to write to the speakers of the provinces and inform them of the program and the developments thereof. It's not the first time, it happens every time. So as a result, I had to inform them of that so that they know what is happening and how does our program looks like. So colleagues, I think we note your concern, and as such, we will just have to find a way of strengthening that communication. Now, the matter that Honorable Badenos has raised, it's in relation to the province of Western Cape not being told of the program and not being aware of the theme. Honorable Badenhorst, we've written to the province to indicate that we will be having this. We would not have this without them. And we want to take it that our advocate will have to indicate to us, because up to thus far is the administration that was working on the concept document, preparing for the local government week here in Western Cape. After we've given them guidance as presiding officers, how should the shape be of this local government week? So he will give us a report as to how far have they gone, what is it that they have done. But subsequent to that, we are still going to have a meeting that involves everyone. We've already consulted with SALGA because of they are going to be actively involved in this process, because there cannot be local government discussions without SALGA being at the center of that. But equally, I'm saying there cannot be local government in the province when the province is not being part of those processes. And therefore, we want to implore that, and I believe that whatever that is being done, there is constant communication with the province. As from my side, we have written to the province to indicate them that on this set week, this is what will be happening within the province, because they have to be part of the program. of the local government week. So I thought maybe I should make those comments. The fact that, Honorable Billy, you may not have been aware, or rather maybe your province may have had that. Yes, I agree, it's an anomaly, but there's nothing unprofessional about that, because we will communicate extensively to your provinces. From our side, we did everything to inform everyone, including all the provinces, not only KZN, but all the provinces on the program as usual. So probably, and I agree that it would have been good that as members, at least we know what is happening. But we note the gaps that might have existed, and we'll just have to figure out how best can we close those gaps, and we extensively and equally communicate with your good self. It's so unfortunate when you sit in your meetings and you pretend as if you don't know what is happening at times. It's a bit disturbing, because you can't, like, it means you want to say that we unilaterally take decisions. That is not the case, honorable members. That is not the case, and we must not create that impression. Whosoever that sits in the meeting, who knows what has transpired, had a duty to explain to yourself that no, in fact, and then this is what has happened. And if there was an omission, there's nothing wrong to err, and there's nothing wrong to apologize. If there was a gap, just indicate that, look, it's my mistake. I may have not communicated this, and this is what is happening, and I'm communicating it right away. So please, let's try and foster and work together in making sure that the information disseminate as far possible. And of course, we agree from our side in aligning our work. It may have interrupted with the program. Hence, we made sure that we communicate and then we consult extensively so that when we finalize this work, at least all of us, we are on the know of what is happening and what will transpire moving forward. Thank you very much, honorable members. I see there's a hand of Honorable Badenhorst as well as that of Chief Whip. In that order.
Honorable Chair, thank you very much for that explanation. And I use this time to, because I listened to what Honorable Billy said with regards to information received by his legislature. So I contacted the Speaker of the Western Cape Provincial Legislature, and he did confirm with me now, and he actually sent me a draft program that was sent to his office on the 28th of August. Proposing Local Government Week taking place in the city of Cape Town with a proposed program and a proposed theme and who the proposed participants should be in this. Now, Honourable Chair, once again, I want to confirm, and I'll place this on record, that as the Provincial Whip of the Western Cape in the NCOP, I have not been consulted with regards to the theme. I have not been consulted with regards to the proposed program, and I have not been consulted with regards to the location of Local Government Week. The first that I've now seen is what has just been sent to me by my own speaker in my legislature. So I think there's definitely a problem here in communication, because we had a WIPS meeting yesterday, and the WIP was in that meeting, and I'm sure he's going to speak after me now, where the whip could have given us this information I just received from my speaker in my legislature. He could have told us yesterday that this letter was sent. 28th of August, Madam Chair, I just want to also let you know that legislatures also have their own programs, and they cannot just set everything aside when the NCOP decides to change a program and inform them a few days before that program is supposed to take place. So this is really problematic, and I think this needs to be fleshed out today, because if we don't correct this, we are going to have a really tough time in the next 4 years in aligning our programs with our legislatures when we keep on changing the NCOP program after it's been agreed upon. And when we don't take the whips of the provinces into confidence, when we decide on themes of Provincial Week and Local Government Week. I think it's really problematic, and I have to, unfortunately, Chair, place on record the issue that I have with this and the way this has been done. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Whip.
Thank you, Chairperson. Greeting to yourself, the House chairs on the platform, and the Deputy Chair, and my colleagues and the management team of the NCOP. Chair, the point that I just needed to raise is that I guess there is a need for improved communication and coordination, so that the matter that has been raised by the three previous speakers is avoided. Now that Honorable Badenhorst confirms the program from his legislature that was sent, I believe let's then find a way to distribute that on the platform. We'll request the secretary then it's okay to do that, so that all of us are on board. I think the rest, Chair, I shall raise them at the level of the Presidium. On the day of the appropriation, very correctly so, I had a discussion with the Chair when you adopted the appropriation, but it was still a work in progress. That was followed by the Presidium, as you said. It was that Presidium might have then finalized everything in terms of the content, the form. I have no problem, as you correctly pointed out, and I think we are still working. The rest, I think I should place them at the level of the Presidium.
No, thank you very much, Chief Whip. Honorable Badenhorst, we know to, but unfortunately, NCOP, it is a government sphere, and therefore our work will not necessarily do what your province will be doing at that time. And as a matter of fact, we don't want everybody from your legislature to form part. We did indicate explicitly who should be there, so that we try not to leave anyone behind. But if your province feels like they are not going to partake in this process, there's nothing that will preclude us from conducting our work as the NCOP. It is well and fine if that is the case, but we will definitely proceed with the program as planned. We did gave them ample time to partake into the program, and we are working very closely with them insofar as this is concerned. And I get the point that internally there might be challenges of communication, which we think we need to strengthen, because it would not make sense that members might not necessarily know what is going to happen, and therefore that needs to be strengthened. So even if it means I come and sit in that whippery, I don't have a problem. If there are issues that will affect you as whips in terms of getting information and making sure that information disseminates. Equally, I feel the same. We feel frustrated as well. And therefore, we just need to find and figure out that how do we close that gap such that information flows with ease amongst us. I can't jump somebody else. I'm very procedural when I do things. Can't jump the chief whip and come straight to you. And when I've spoken to the chief whip, we've spoken to the chief whip, we expect information to disseminate. But if there's a gap somewhere, somehow, in terms of our communication, we will have to find a way as to how do we bridge that gap in terms of communication. But insofar as the theme was finalized not only by us, it was finalized between us and yourself. That's what we know, and we want to take it that way. The local government week, the conceptualization in line with our strategic plan, it was discussed as well. We tried our level best as presiding officers to bring you on board on matters, but we must accept that maybe there has been a misalignment of communication in that regard, which we'll have to look at, of course, and try and strengthen it so that in future that does not happen again. Thank you very much for raising the matters as you have raised them. We've taken note of what has been said in this meeting, and accordingly, we'll just have to firm up and strengthen the areas where there might be loose ends, honorable members. So, having said that, honorable members, I think we need to proceed to the next item of on our agenda. And before we do that, can I then put the amended program for adoption before the House?
Chair.
Mananiso, Honorable Makesini, Inkosi yami Nonkanyana wants to say something probably before we. Okay, can we afford him an opportunity?
No, Chair. In fact, I want to indicate that I must apologize. My gadget does not have this raising hand thing. I am actually raising my hand to join my colleagues in wishing you a happy belated birthday. Secondly, to move then that we accept your explanation to ratify the decision. We have got utmost confidence in our leadership. Fortunately, our leadership is collective, and so we were represented by our leaders. Therefore, on that basis, we need to ratify the decision that we have taken, and of course, to move that we accept the program. And we actually embrace the program, all of us, and persuade our provinces to really rally behind this program. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nonkonyane. He has already moved for the adoption of the program. The second, Honorable Makesini.
Thank you very much. Happy belated birthday. I so move for the secondment of the program to be adopted with amendment. Thank you very much.
No, thank you very much. We will now take the next item on the agenda. I've just closed now my agenda. Just quickly open it. Can we flight the agenda, please? Okay, the next item on the agenda is the presentation on Local Government Week. Advocate, can you take us through?
Thank you very much, Chair. I think a whole matters relating to the local government week have been canvassed in the discussions. I just want to highlight the focus areas of the local government week would be human settlements, water, sanitation, and special planning. And the theme for the local government week would be restoring the dignity of our people through proper spatial planning, provision of human settlements, water, and sanitation. The chairperson has indicated the format that the local government week is going to take. It would be a plenary. The plenary will be followed by oversight activities. The areas that have been identified for oversight purposes would be Danun, Guguletu, Khayelitsha, and Philippi. There might be other areas that are incidental to these areas, but the focus would be on those areas. With that, the possibilities that we will be having different groups going to different sites, running parallel, all at the same time, going to these areas. The date has already been confirmed. It's the 16th to the 19th of September. The proposed participants, Chair, the ministers responsible for those portfolios, the MEC responsible for that portfolio, or for those portfolios, the mayor of the city of Cape Town, the president of organized local government, SALGA, as well as any other relevant stakeholders. We have had, I must indicate, Chair, that we have had several meetings with our colleagues in the provinces who are responsible for these matters. And there is a common understanding amongst ourselves that the local government week will be taking place during this week of the 16th to the 19th, and that the effectively it has replaced the provincial week. For the purposes of the implementation of the program, Chair, we have formed some task teams, one dealing with content, other one dealing with the administrative and logistical support. We also have the task team on security and accreditation. We also have a task team on media and communication, as well as a task team on stakeholder coordination. We shall in due course, Chair, brief all the members on the content of the local government week, as well as the logistical arrangements. We hope to do that during the course of next week, once all the logistical arrangements have been finalized. As indicated, Chair, the local government week will be localized in the city of Cape Town. And as the Chair has indicated, historically, local government week was about discussions in the chamber or in any designated venue for a period of 5 days. And as indicated by the presiding officers, then the local government week, it was decided that it has to take a different shape rather than having a discussion for the whole week without necessarily visiting the sites. We have already compiled the profiles of some sites, Chair, and we shall be reporting to the presiding officers on the compilation of those profiles. Chair, thank you very much. I think for the current purposes, that would be sufficient.
Thank you so much, Advocate. Honorable members, I'm opening to your good self. Honorable Badenhorst, Honorable Makesini. You can start, Honorable Badenhorst.
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. And once again, this is the first time that I've seen this program and the new revised model of doing local government week. And Honorable Chair, let me start by welcoming it, and let me say thank you for the vision that was put into this local government week program. Even though the whips were not consulted on the theme, I'm welcoming the theme, and I'm really glad that we're giving residents on the ground the opportunity to participate in parliamentary processes. And I thank you for the opportunity of showcasing the city of Cape Town and the Western Cape in the first of this new shape of local government week. And I'm proposing, and I'm hoping that this will become a convention, that we continue with this exact same topic and same theme and same program. And we maybe take this to the Gauteng province in our next local government week, and then take it on to the other metros so that we can get the opportunity to engage with residents from metros across the country. And I think that will be a really good exercise for the National Council of Provinces to get involved in Local Government Week. So once again, Honourable Chair, I propose that we take this as a theme following through for the next 4 years, and we use this Local Government Week to showcase exactly with the same topic, spatial planning and dignity, etc., in other metros as well. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I appreciate it, and looking forward to hosting Local Government Week in the Cape Town Metro. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Badenhorst. There's a hand of Honorable Makesini as well as Honorable Billy.
Thanks, Chairperson. I just want to check. I saw an advocate on the presentation. He was saying on the state presenter again on the program, we are also gonna have municipal managers and mayors, regardless that we are only visiting the site in the Cape Petro. Am I correct? Or they are going to come make their presentation of their municipalities, although oversight you are going to do in the Cape Metro? I just wanted that clarity because I saw something that municipal managers and the mayors will be part of the stakeholders. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Makesini. Honorable Billy. Honorable Billy.
Can you hear me, Chair?
Yes, we can hear you. You can proceed.
Thanks, Chairperson. No, let's welcome the presentation. My only concern, Chair, and I'm going to go back to this, and I know that Advocate Pindela has correctly stated that we have exhausted or spoken at length actual local government week. But I think I must say this, that it is quite concerning that the theme has already reached the province when it has not been discussed and dealt with by us. Now, that then subsequently puts us as a rubber stamping authority of some form. In fact, it makes this meeting futile. What is there to contribute further to a program that has been sent, to a theme that has been dealt with, and certainly not with the inclusion of some of us here? It might have been discussed elsewhere, but at no point was it discussed in this platform and canvassed and agreed on. So it does present quite a problematic way of doing things. And I think it is not a matter of maybe we did not do things correctly. I think there is a need to acknowledge that we have not done things the way that we should have done it. And I want to place it on record that if it was in my situation in the province of KZN and this would have happened, despite whatever intention that might be behind this, I think it would be quite unfortunate to have to learn about, as a provincial whip, to have to learn about all of these details through the province when, as I represent the province in this very same platform. So I think there is a need, Chairperson, that we explicitly acknowledge, especially those who are responsible for this, that we could have done better, or we should have done better. And I think that takes nothing away from any of us to take that form of responsibility. And I just wanted to place that on record, Chair. But otherwise, I think the program is fine. I think this is an important undertaking, which exactly as Honorable Barrett has said, it is something that we must do across all metros, not just in the city of Cape Town, but again, that is perhaps something that this platform will have to honestly look at without any other intention, and accept that there is a need to embark on a similar process in other metros, in Gauteng, in KwaZulu-Natal, and other places where we've got the same challenges that our people are facing in as far as human settlement is concerned. That is my contribution, Chair. Thank you.
No, thank you very much, honorable members. And thank you for wishing me well on my birthday. And I really appreciate that. I think, Honorable Billy, you keep on taking us back on the matter that we have extensively engaged on, explained as to what could have transpired and what has led us to this theme and how we got there. That has been explained, and the theme is canvassed outside. It is agreed to between the presiding officers and the WIPARE. And from there, on that score, we are very happy that we did everything possibly, humanly possible to do just exactly that. And it is not this meeting that will decide on the theme. These things are arranged prior to a meeting. When we come here, we endorse this, but we shall have deliberated outside. I mean, we didn't say this is the theme and we're going ahead with it. We explored, we discussed quite extensively, and the Chief Whip was very happy. He took the theme with him, said, no, in fact, we didn't even impose, by the way, a theme to anyone. The theme was explored, looking at the priorities and what is our strategic objective as the institution. We then came up with this theme collectively, all of us. And the chief whip did what is right. He went and said, no, let me go and then I'll come back and indicate what is the feeling of the members. And we got the response that, no, it is well, it's fine, we can proceed. What more could you have done? Just because you happen probably not to be in the meeting where the chief whip was briefing you, and now you want to make an issue out of it. No, comrades, let's, honorable members, let's not do that. Let's just, please, I'm pleading with you, let's not do that. There may have been an omission. We have acknowledged that. There may have been an omission, and we're saying, how best are we going to strengthen that? So what more is it that is expected? And in this forum, we don't discuss, Honorable Billy, the themes. We've got the responsibility to run the institution. And you don't have a province, by the way. None of us has provinces. We believe the provinces were an extension of those provinces that we are representing to make sure that we carry their mandate forward. And therefore, if you want to say that, no, certain people might not go to the province where I come from, that is rogue elements. And we don't want to assume that that's what we are saying. It cannot be correct. It cannot be correct. NCOP, it's a sphere of government, standalone sphere of government within its own, it derives its mandate from the Constitution. And that's how we must see ourselves. Honorable Ryder, ever since we came here, he always says that, no, we've got a peculiar mandate. Now we must exercise our mandate. You want to defend the executive. It cannot be correct. It cannot be correct. Please, honorable members, let's refrain from doing that and pull along. A mistake might have happened, and therefore we will correct it moving forward and say that even if it means that we have a collective meeting and then we explore and discuss, that's fine. But at the end of the day, we'll take that as a guidance. At the end of the day, we've got to sit and look around in accordance with the priorities and as well as the mandate, looking at there are many aspects that we must take into consideration, and all of us, we must do as such. Please, colleagues, let's just not blow this thing out of context. Let's not do that. Advocate, can you come in?
Thank you very much, Chair. Yes, Honorable Mekesini, indeed, the program is localized in the Western Cape, and particularly in the city metro of Cape Town. So the participation will be from the city metro of Cape Town. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable, Advocate. There's a hand again from Honorable Badenhorst. Honorable Badenhorst?
Chair, thank you very much. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't comment on my proposal that we continue with this local government week new style of programming, and keep the same theme, and give the residents of other metros also an opportunity to engage with the NCOP on exactly the same topics, in the same situations and locations, similar locations in other metros. So if we can just get comment on whether we can expect to continue with this local government week program for other metros, so that our whips from other provinces don't feel left out, and also can partake from their provinces and their metro side. Thank you, Honourable Chair.
No, Honorable Badenhorst, I thought you are emphasizing on what we've already agreed to. We are now carrying our mandate as agreed to in accordance with our strategic plan. And what you are saying is precisely what has been agreed to as a strategic plan. Obviously, it's not going to be a once-off exercise. Otherwise, it's going to be a futile exercise. From now, henceforth, the local government week will take this shape and form. We're no longer going to entertain this thing of locking ourselves in a room and talking to ourselves. So what you are saying, Mina, I thought you are just putting emphasis, and you are correct. That's what we are going to do. As for the theme, it might not be constant for the entire years. And in fact, by the way, in this administration, this financial year, we've agreed that at least we must have 3 excursions, and we budget for 3 excursions. That is well underway. So we are still going to go to 2 more other provinces, and then we exactly continue with the work that we are doing. So that's where we are, basic. So I thought you are putting emphasis on that. Hence, I did not respond. But you are correct. That is the approach that we have agreed that we will undertake. And as such, we will look at it, and we even said it, if you would remember very well, you directed us as members that we need to look at the geographical landscape and look at the issues that are contentious at hand, and we identify that area so that we go there with an intention of trying to improve the lives of the people that are residing in that area. I thought that's the spirit that you were advancing as members of the NCOP, so that we try and unlock service deliveries within the broader masses of our communities across the country. So that is the spirit that we are carrying forward collectively as members of the NCOP. Honorable Farmer.
Thank you, Chairperson. Good morning. Allow me to congratulate you as well on your birthday yesterday, and I hope you had a great day. I just raising my hand, Chair, and I'm pretty sure I'm speaking for the majority of the people of the Western Cape on this point, that we welcome the theme, we welcome the decision to have it here in the Western Cape, and we will wholeheartedly support it. Thank you, Chair.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Farmer. That then brings us to the end of this presentation that was done by Honorable, sorry, by Advocate Pindela. So if I may, I don't think we need to adopt this. It's just for information sharing purpose. And of course, prior to this, we are still gonna have an extended meeting where we are going to be taken through in detail as to where are we going when the entire program that they are working on. We will convene another meeting shortly, and if we are to be divided according to the areas, they will then speak to that to say that how is the composition been set up. So we'll have the meeting, and probably we will indicate as such that maybe I'll propose that we have that physically. We have that meeting physically where we are going to be taken through in detail who's going where and how do we converge from day one right up to the last day. Agreed, members?
Agreed, Chair.
Agreed, Chairperson.
Agreed, Chair.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, can we then move on to the next item? If you may flight the agenda. The next item on our agenda is the report on select committee business and report on legislation before select committees.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Chair, the electricity is off in Acacia, so I might appear darker than I normally do, but it is still me giving the presentation. Let's move through it fairly rapidly. Chair, I note our time constraints, so I will go through it quite quickly. There have been some changes, but mostly relating to dates, and the presentation was circulated. So let's move on and deal with the budget and related instruments first. There are 8 bills currently before the NCOP committees, 1 Section 75, 4 Section 76, and 1 Section 77. Other matters before committees are the 2 interventions, the 3 petitions, 1 forensic investigation, and a letter from the Public Protector. Let's start with that finance bill, the Revenue Laws Amendment Bill. Chairperson, this is currently before the Finance Committee. The Finance Committee met this past Tuesday and had introductions to the bill. We'll be processing it fairly quickly so that it is processed from the committee side before the end of this term. We aim to finish on the 17th of September. There will be some nighttime meetings to ensure that we can participate in local government week effectively while still doing the work of the committee. And then that report will be tabled for consideration by the House early in the 4th term. Let's move on to the next bill, which is the Economic Regulation of Transport Amendment Bill, which is before the Select Committee on Public Infrastructure and the Minister in the Presidency. Chair, this bill was referred to the committee on the 23rd of May. It's a committee bill that was initiated by the Portfolio Committee on Transport. And so the committee will be asking that the chair of the Portfolio Committee and the content advisor come and brief the committee. So slightly different from the normal process where we get the department only the department to present. So the chair will be coming to present that. That will take place in the 4th term, Chairperson. Just to look at the next slide, it shows you the time frame. We do have until the 10th of October 2026 to process the bill. So that gives us still a little bit of time to make sure that all the boxes are ticked and everything is done appropriately. In fact, it shouldn't just be a box ticking exercise. I use perhaps an inappropriate phrase there, but to ensure that we do indeed follow all due processes comprehensively. Let's move on to the next bill, which is the Public Administration Management Amendment Bill before COGPA Committee. As before, Chairperson, there are 3 bills being processed in concert with each other. So the 3 bills will have similar details for them. The negotiating mandates are expected on the 10th of September. Again, this committee will be sitting not only after hours during the local government week, but they have also submitted a request to meet during the recess period so that they can table the C list, which is the amendments to the proposed amendments to the bill, in order to ensure that the bill is processed to finality, with final mandates expected on the 14th of October. This, of course, is to meet the deadline for processing the bill, and because there is a C list, there are amendments. The bill will need to be referred back to the National Assembly, so to give them a little bit of time to process as well. So we look forward to considering this bill in the House very soon after the 14th of October. Again, the deadline for the processing of this bill is the 4th of November, and that tells you why we have such a tight timeline and the need for these out of normal cycle type meetings. Let's move on to the next bill, which is the Public Service Amendment Bill. Again, as indicated, it's following exactly the same process, with negotiating mandates expected on the 10th of September. Meetings outside of the normal cycle proposed, still waiting approval, and then aiming to finish on the 14th of October. This bill has got a couple of extra days. It's only the deadline, if you look at the next slide, is the 18th of November, but still not very much time to play with, and we need to ensure everything happens as is supposed to happen. The next bill, Chair, is not one of the 3 that are in concert. This is the Public Service Commission Bill. It was introduced to the NCOP on the 18th of March, 2025. There have been adverts placed this past week on the parliamentary website and social media accounts requesting for public participation and written submissions. The Department and the Parliamentary Legal Services will give responses to public written submissions on the 14th of October. This bill obviously only introduced to us in March of this year. So the committee is continuing their work, possibly looking to finish in the first term of 2026. That might be a little ambitious. We are still trying to work out exactly the timeframes in consultation with the provinces, because this being a Section 76 bill, they will need to go through their processes as well. And we are cognizant of the fact that there will be quite a few pressures on the provinces in terms of time frame with processing DORA as well in this in the 4th term of this year. Hoping, as I say, aiming to finish in the first term. It might be a little ambitious. It's very likely to change to the second term. Just to talk about the timeframes on the next slide, we've got a little bit of time to play with, and this bill needs to be processed by the 12th of April, 2026. So noting it was only introduced to us in March of 2025, it gives us barely a year to process this, which indicates that the National Assembly actually took quite a long time, 18 months in fact, to process the bill on their side. We will do our utmost to ensure that our side is done timelessly with the full involvement of the provinces. Let's move on to the Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill. This is the 3rd of those similar bills being processed in concert. So negotiating mandates on the 10th of September, meetings outside of the normal cycle proposed, and aiming to finish on the 14th of October. Again, looking at the timelines on this, the bill has, the time frame has in fact expired, but there was an extension granted for the processing of this bill, and it's also being processed with as much urgency as can be mustered by the committee. So yeah, you want to flip on to the next slide just to confirm that. There you go. There's the confirmation of the extension granted. Let's move on to the next slide, which relates to the interventions. The first is the Theovatus-Kloof intervention. There is an oversight visit planned to the local municipality. Now this is a Section 1395 intervention, which doesn't have that same 180-day time limit on it, but the oversight visit to the local municipality was hoped for in the third term. Again, there's a proposal that that this oversight, noting the workload of this committee, there's a proposal that this committee consider going during their recess period for a visit to Theovatus-Kloof. It may end up being a virtual discussion that happens, but the committee's responsibilities in terms of processing this 1395 report should be completed in the fourth term, and they should bring that to conclusion then. The next slide relates to the Section 106 in Maribeng, oversight to the municipality. Again, was proposed for the third term, and looking to do something during the recess. So this will be handled in conjunction with the Theovatus-Kloof. They are not close to each other, but there will be probably a two-day oversight required, one to one municipality, one to the other, and I think there's a third as well. Again, aiming to finish the report on this by the fourth term. The next item is the Section 106 intervention into the the Bito municipality. There we go. There is a report already. The committee has received briefings. There is a report ready, and that will be considered and adopted by the committee. That should be done during one of the out-of-cycle meetings during the third term, and intending to finish and put this towards the House during the fourth term of this year. The next matter relates to the petition from Mr. Ngobo, Mr. SD Ngobo. We know that this thing has been hanging around for quite some time. It was only recently referred to the Public Petitions and Executive Undertakings Committee on the 17th of June. There has been considerable work that has been done on this already, and a briefing just to detail that work that's already been done will be received during the fourth term. Unfortunately, this committee's program has already been completely filled for the third term, but we have had a discussion with the chair of this committee and asked the chair to prioritize this petition for conclusion in the fourth term, because it has been hanging around for quite some time. We have had the chair indicating that they will certainly do this, and that they will treat it with urgency and finalize the petition before the end of this calendar year. Good. The next petition relates to the mining regulations being disregarded in Magog village. This is a petition that was referred to the committee on the 29th of May. They will be having a briefing on this petition next week. I believe the petitioners have been invited, and they aim to finish. So yes, the indication is that the briefing will happen on the 12th of September, and this will be done on the sidelines of the local government week, and not affecting local government week as well. Good. No, that's not. I beg your pardon. I'm misleading you, Chair. It's the week before, so it's during next week. It's on the sidelines of next week's sittings with the debate. Beg your pardon. Cool. And aiming to finish in the fourth term. Let's move on. The next one is relates to the letter from the Public Protector, which relates to the maladministration at regional hospital. There is a proposed oversight visit to the hospital that is going through the approval process at this stage. I believe there are already a number of signatures that have approved that oversight, but the application for the oversight is still pending approval. The benefit of this oversight application is that the committee intends going to visit other regional hospitals in the same province at the same time, so killing more than one bird with one stone, as it were, doing some benchmarking and also having a look at other hospitals in the region. That request, the reason that there is a need for the level of approval that is going through is because it is during the recess period, sorry, it's during our sittings. I beg your pardon, during our sittings, and the committee intends completing the work on this still during the third term. So do the oversight and immediately produce a report for adoption thereafter. Let's move on to the Committee on Economic Development and Trade. They have a number of protocols that have been referred to the committee on the 25th of August. The protocol on women and youth in trade. This relates to the establishment of the African Continental Free Trade Area. So the protocol on women and youth. The second one is the protocol on competition. And these matters will have been referred to the committee. They will be, they did meet and consider on the 3rd of September. They considered these three yesterday, or these two items yesterday, on the 3rd of September. There is already a report, and the report is on its way to being ATC'd. That chairperson concludes the work that's before the committees. I know there is still a number of items on their way to committees, but not yet formally on the agenda. So this presentation should get longer before it gets shorter, though there are a number of items nearing conclusion. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ryder. Colleagues, here's the presentation. I'm now opening it for discussion. Is there any member who wants to take a bite on what has been presented just now? It would seem like they are happy with the report, Honorable Ryder. Can I then put the report for adoption before the committee?
I'll propose, Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Badenhorst. A seconder?
Nongonyana, I do second.
Thank you very much, Nkosi yam. Nkosi, thanks, Honorable Ryder. We are now taking the last item on the agenda. If I may request that it be flighted. Can we have the agenda flighted, please? Thank you very much. The report on Parliament's legislative program. Over to you, Doc.
Thank you, Chairperson, honorable members and colleagues. Good morning. Today, we will be presenting two reports, an update on legislation before Parliament and a report on Constitutional Court judgments with regards to bills. As of today, there are 26 bills before the Portfolio Committee, 15 executive bills and 11 private members' bills. In addition, we also have 6 bills that are before select committees. May I kindly ask Mr. Jeremy to proceed to slide number 2. And then on slide 2, bills before portfolio committees. We currently have the following updates. We have Marine Oil Pollution Preparedness Bill, Bill 10D of 2022, Section 76, and General Laws Amendment Bill, Bill 20 of 2025. The Select Committee reported on the Marine Oil Pollution Bill with amendments on the 2nd of July 2025. The bill was considered with amendments on the 23rd of July 2025 and returned to the National Assembly for concurrence on the very same day. It is currently before PC on transport. And then we have General Family Laws Amendment Bill. It was introduced on the 13th of August 2025, and it is currently before the Portfolio Committee on Justice and Constitutional Development. Can we proceed to slide number 3? Private Members Bill before Portfolio Committees. We have Insourcing Bill, Bill number 19 of 2025. It is a proposed Section 76. The bill was introduced on the 31st of July 2025. It is currently before Portfolio Committee on Public Service and Administration. Kindly note that this bill is a private member's bill by Honorable OMC Mawotwe. And then we can proceed to slide number 4. Bills before the NA order paper. On slide 4, we have Immigration Amendment Bill, Bill 8B of 2024, Section 75, and SA National Water Resources Amendment Bill, Bill 13 of 2025, also a Section 75. On the 22nd of July 2025, the Portfolio Committee reported on the Immigration Amendment Bill with amendments. The bill is now on the NA order paper to be considered by the House. And then on the 25th of July 2025, the Portfolio Committee reported on the SA National Water Resources Amendment Bill. This bill is also on the NA order paper for consideration by the House. We will track the progress and advise the committee on when this bill will be coming to the NCOP. Can we also proceed to slide number 5, bills before select committees? Currently on updates before the select committees, we have a Revenue Laws Amendment Bill, Bill 5 of 2025, a Section 77 bill. This bill was transmitted to the NCOP on the 22nd of July 2025 for concurrence, and it is now before Select Committee on Finance. Then we skip slide 6, we go to slide 7. On slide 7, draft bills submitted to President. On the 29th of August 2025, the Bills Office received a draft for Water Services Amendment Bill, a proposed Section 7, Section 76. This is an executive bill. And then on the 15th of August 2025, we also received a draft for Liquor Amendment Bill. This is a private member's bill. Both drafts are currently being processed and prepared for introduction to Parliament. And then we proceed to slide 8. Bills are recently assented by the President. We have 4 bills that were recently assented to by the President. It's the Division of Revenue Bill, Appropriation Bill, Public Sector Pension Amendment Bill, ESCOM Debt Relief Amendment Bill. The Division of Revenue Bill was assented to on the 6th of August 2025. It became Act number 2 of 2025. The second language for the Act is Setswana, and an ATC was published on the 8th of August 2025 to that effect. And then on Appropriation Bill, the bill was assented to on the 6th of August. It became Act number 3 of 2025. The second language for the bill is Sepedi, and it was published on the 8th ATC for the 8th of August 2025. And then Public Sector Pension and Related Payments Bill, the bill was assented into Act on the 29th of August 2025. It became Act number 4 of 2025. The second language is Sesotho, and it was published on an ATC on the 3rd of September 2025. And then ESCOM Debt Relief Amendment Bill was assented to by the President on the 29th of August 2025. It became Act number 5 of 2025. The second language for the bill is isiNdebele, and it was also published on yesterday's ATC. And then we have slide number 9. Slide number 9, we have a synopsis of 2025 legislative program. This program indicates that this year we were expecting 10 priority bills. Among those 10 bills, 3 have been introduced and only 1 has been since passed. The one that has been passed is the ESCOM Debt Relief Amendment Bill. And then we also have 1 bill with Constitutional Court's deadline. That bill is General Family Laws Amendment Bill, which is Bill 20 of 2025, a proposed Section 75. Sorry, a proposed Section 76, and it is before Justice Committee. That is all from the Bill's office. With your permission, Honorable Chair, I will now hand over to Ms. Daksha, who will give updates on Constitutional Court's judgments. Thank you, Chairperson.
Good morning.
Thank you very much, Ms. Cele. You can proceed, Madam.
Thank you, Chairperson. Good morning, Chairperson, honorable members and colleagues. Chairperson, as this committee will recall, on the 26th of June, a comprehensive presentation was made to Sorry, I thought there was someone talking. If I may go on, Chairperson, as the committee will recall, on the 26th of June, a comprehensive presentation was made to this committee on all the Constitutional Court judgments wherein Parliament was called upon to correct a constitutional defect in legislation by a certain date. That presentation then also described the nature and implications of the various orders, as well as summarized the progress made in addressing all of those judgments. Since then, Chairperson, there has been further progress made in respect of some of the judgments, and all these updates are reflected in blue font in the accompanying report that has been circulated to all members. My presentation today, however, Chairperson, will only focus on progress updates made in relation to Constitutional Court judgments where the court order is still suspended, meaning that the date by which the corrective legislation is to be passed is yet to come, but that once the court order lapses, there will not be a measure or remedy in place if the defect is not corrected by that date. That means that there will then be a gap in the law. The reason for focusing on only these matters is because once the bills addressing these judgments are introduced into Parliament, they will need to be processed urgently in order to meet the court deadline, and this in turn will then affect the programming. So the first case that I would like to deal with is the O'Brien matter, which concerns the Military Discipline Supplementary Measures Act, as well as the Defence Act. As you will see, the suspension order in this matter lapses only next year on the 19th of December 2026. However, in terms of progress, our office has briefed the Portfolio Committee and advised the committee on possible ways to address the court order. Following that presentation, the Portfolio Committee decided to monitor progress on an executive bill that is currently being developed by the department, and the department has confirmed that they are targeting November or December of this year for introduction of that particular bill. The next slide, please. The next matter I'd like to bring to the committee's attention is the matter of EB and KG versus the Minister of Home Affairs. It concerns the Divorce Act. As you will see, Chairperson, the order lapses next month on the 9th of October, which is very soon. And as my colleague mentioned, in order to address this judgment, the General Family Laws Amendment Bill was introduced into Parliament on the 13th of August, which was only last month. Now, given the tight time frame within which to process this bill before the order lapses, Parliament has inquired from the department regarding an application to request the Constitutional Court to extend the suspension of the order as the delay in the introduction occurred with the department's processes. I also understand that a follow-up letter has been sent to the department requesting an indication of the date by which they will approach the court. But should the department fail to do so, then Parliament will need to approach the court. Chair, that concludes my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Kassan. Honorable members, I think those are the presentations that we've had. I'm now opening it to your good self to make comments if there are any. If you are happy, once again, honorable members, with the presentation,
Chair.
can I then put it before
Chair.
the House for adoption?
Chair.
Yes, yes, Nkosi.
Sorry, Chair, and honorable members, and I must also thank the presentation. I see that amongst the bills, there's no reference to the bill that was quashed and suspended for 2 years. That is the 2019 Traditional and Khoisan Act. And I know that the ministry did approach the Constitutional Court for an extension. And I see that there's that bill is not on the program. Just seek clarity from the presenters whether that bill is going to come soon in line with the decision of the Constitutional Court. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nonkonyane. Can I allow you to respond, either Ms. Kele or Kassan?
Chairperson, I can proceed to do so. Chairperson, as I mentioned, there's been a comprehensive report that was also circulated to all members regarding all the Constitutional Court deadlines. In respect of the Traditional and Khoisan Leadership Act, the information in respect of the progress made is on page 3 of that report. In this particular case, the suspension order lapses on the 29th of May 2027. And the last progress we received was that the bill has received a SAYA certificate, and the Office of the Chief State Law Advisor is considering the draft bill for certification. So it hasn't been introduced as yet, but it's also a bill where should the suspension order lapse, there will be a gap in the law. But given that there is time to process this bill until 29 May 2027, it's not a real urgency at this point, and there was no further progress following the progress we gave at the last meeting.
Thank you very much for the response. I hope, Honorable Nonkonyane, you covered. Are you fine?
Yes. I'm happy, Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That being said, honorable members, can I then put this report for adoption?
Chair?
Yes, Nkosiyam.
I so move for its adoption, Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honorable Nonkonyane moved. Honorable Farmer.
Honorable Chair, I move to second the proposal, Chair.
No, thank you very much. The reports are duly seconded. Honorable members, that then brings us to the conclusion of our meeting. meeting. But before we depart, honourable members, just a brief update in relation to one of our own, as we know that we've lost Honourable Baines. And we've since requested that members give an indication as to who would be available to attend the funeral. And the deputy chairperson will lead us in this regard, because equally we do have another state funeral of the former chairperson of the NCLP, Honorable Mahlangu, who has passed on as well. He will also be buried this coming Saturday in Middleburg. And we had to split our responsibilities. I'll then be attending the funeral of Mr. Mahlangu. He will then, together with the chief whip, attend the funeral of Honorable Baines. I'm on my way actually there now to visit the family. Now, we have received the list of members who will be attending over and above her committee members. We then said we must give priority to her committee. We received Honorable Chief Whip, as I've indicated, he will be there. Honorable Finis will also be joining in. Honorable Nodata will be joining in. Honorable Khwase will be joining in. Honorable Noe will be joining in. But over and above that, when I was engaging with the family prior to them leaving Cape Town, and they did indicate to me, they asked me, Honorable Farmer, about you, if you would be attending the funeral, because their mom was very fond of you. I hope you will be attending the funeral, and as well as Honorable Harip. They are saying their mom was very fond of you. So if you could attend that, it would be highly appreciated by that family. So that then brings us to the end of our meeting, honorable member. I think we've had quite robust engagements equally. We've noted the concerns, some of the concerns that members may have raised, and we've clarified some of the issues that may have arisen. And once again, we thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much. The meeting stands adjourned.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chairperson. Thank
I
you.
may visit your province as well.
Thank you.
But I'm not sure.
Yes. Oh, are you coming? Who else wants to go to
I'll visit,
Mpumalanga?
but I'm torn in between. But I'll tell you. But
Yes.
I'll be in Mpumalanga. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna get you the accreditation.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. That's fine. We'll make arrangement. Thank you. Where are you going, Badenhorst?